pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I thought somebody stole my pen.
Your good one?
Yeah.
I take mine with me.
Cameras.
Yeah, I like that a lot better.
Yeah, they were fixed. Yeah. Well, it looked like they were gonna have another one resign. He changed his mind. They convinced him into staying, so.
Probably wouldn't get the day to do it.
Well, this call thing is just eating us alive.
When these inmates have medical things done, do we have to eat that or do they pay that back when they get out?
Well, you can ask for restitution, but very seldom are you gonna get it. Agree with that?
Which one are you speaking of?
Well, I just seen there was a couple of them in there that had medical things done, so.
There's a provision in the statutes whereby it states that if there's any medical expended by the county, then it should be assessed to the person as restitution in their case and made a part of the orders of probation. It does have to be, submitted in a timely fashion and then added to the case.
And then they spend 40 years paying it off.
Pretty much. But the courts now have a new system whereby they have hired a collection attorney. So if there are any cases where the probation may have been terminated what we call unsuccessfully, because maybe all the amounts due and owing weren't paid or something of that nature, then they take what is remaining due and owing and turn it over to this collection agency to collect.
Then if they don't pay it, then they get thrown back in jail for round 2.
Depends on the judge and depends on if they show up and the contempt and all sorts of things.
Vicious circle.
Is our mileage set by the state?
It's 56 cents a mile.
$17,000 for fuel. How long can we operate on $17,000 of fuel? Depends on the winter.
Yeah,
So
not very long.
Really?
what's what? 3 months, 4 months? Maybe?
Probably.
So we really are at the mercy of,
I mean, how many gallons is it, does it say?
let's see. Turn the page, sorry.
It shows the gallons.
I don't think it does either, it just says bulk fuel.
Probably over 5,000.
Well, I don't know what fuel is right now, diesel.
$2.
2.5.
252, isn't it?
Yeah, 250
Well,
something.
but they'd be, most of that would be it wouldn't be road taxed. And 50 cents off of that. $2.
$8,500 gallon.
Part of it was probably diesel, part of it was gas. Maybe part of it would be diesel. Those rigs burn.
238.
I bet you those graders will burn
140
5
gallon a
gallons an
day.
hour at least.
They'll burn 120, 140 gallon a day. So, I mean, that's a lot of fuel. 53 days for one machine if they fill it every day.
Everything always looks more expensive than,
I mean, you're gonna have to work out like to get 140 gallon through there, but in a snowstorm, that's easy.
There's a lot of stuff like that. $4,000 for lights at the airport. Yep. Airport lighting company, $4,300. What do we do at the senior living? Troy Porter.
There was a little confusion because I attended that meeting. He moved one of the block planners, and there wasn't a quote taken before he did it, and they just decided to pay it with their contingency fund rather than try to fight.
So it's up.
Yeah, it's up to where the assisted living is going to, or the new rooms are going to be built. They had to remove one or two of them and then put them up somewhere else.
I need to go up there.
Is Colby's going to build a big prison?
It's called the Judicial Center, and it's quite massive.
Where are they putting it at?
You know where the courthouse sits now? Then they used to have, like buildings down to the east, at the edge of the parking lot in the jail. They're gonna, it's gonna extend from the courthouse and kind of around like that. But yes, it's huge.
How many prisoners are going to be able to house there?
I'm trying to remember. Let me look it up. I've got a website.
Thanks, Ed. Well, I see now we're using Rawlins County's facility too a little bit,
Yes,
and we've got an agreement in place with them
yes,
that
we do.
Okay.
Both of them were happy with it. And because they were happy with it, and I went through it, and it covered all of the major points that needed to be addressed. We went ahead and signed it and got that in place in regards to the daily rate, who's responsible for what the sheriff's department will be notified about in regards to inmates, like if they need medical attention,
Right.
how, like in regards to any sort of commissary, transporting. So it did cover all the major points that we've had concerns with in the past.
Are we any closer to getting some kind of agreement like that with Sherman County?
At this point in time, I still need to sit down with Cody in regards to Sherman because I want to verify what the intent is in regards to which is going to be the primary facility for use.
I did have a long talk with one of the Wallace County commissioners the other day, and they did lose that pipeline money, 1.5 million they had to come up with out of their budget to cover that loss. Those guys are just, they don't even know what to do or how they're even gonna. So we don't have to look very far to find somebody worse off than us.
Who's that?
Wallace County.
Well, they don't even have as many people as we got.
No.
I know you can't answer this, but does anybody know what a half shift bid is?
No, I can't.
And I know we need to ask, but Wendy White, $5,300 this month?
For a whole month, yes. That includes her other pay,
Okay.
her 8 to 5 job.
But over 2,000 of it was
On call.
shift bids and on-call. So how does, is that like an accident when it's a refusal?
Well, it could be anything. If they get, if they arrive and the patient just absolutely says, no, I'm not going with you. It doesn't cost the patient anything because they're not transported, but we still pay the responders.
But how do we get called to those when they refuse us?
Oh, it varies. I mean, it could be an accident. Somebody just, witnesses it, or a fall, and somebody dials, and the individual just decides they don't want to go.
I have quite a few refusals.
And they're not uncommon. I mean,
There's usually quite a few of them.
Yeah. I mean, for example, if we looked over and Karen was looking kind of ill, so we called the ambulance and they come and Karen said, no, I'm fine. It happens more than you think.
They find out what it costs. I'll drive myself.
According to their website, they say they're building a facility with 34 beds, but I had heard that it was more. But I can show you a mock-up.
Well, who is the sheriff in Thomas County right now?
Tom Nichols.
Okay, I know him. Here, I'll come down there.
So there's the old courthouse,
Right.
and then the jail is over here, but this is down in that
Over the
area.
hill to the east.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so, to give you an idea, there's the old courthouse, and then that's where those old
Wow.
county buildings used to be.
Yeah, wow.
And they've got a model. And road post.
Looks nice. How they funded that, do you know?
They claim it's going to come from the sales tax. But I think they're having issues. If you read the Colby paper.
Oh, I'm sure. Got that one too. Ed.
Or is it all signed?
I think so.
Leslie Neff signed now.
I don't think she does. Okay, we've all had a chance to read accounts payable and the payroll warrant. Do I hear a motion to approve those?
So move.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So we've approved accounts payable and payroll. Scott's been gone on and off the last couple of weeks, so we don't have the minutes from the last meeting. And that brings us to Leslie.
And I'd like to call an executive session for advice of counsel, attorney-client privilege.
Okay. How long would you like?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay, we'll have 10 minutes of executive session.